Hello traders, John at StockBookie.com. Today we're looking at the SPY, the IWM, the Qs, the DIA, the IYT, the USO, the UUP, and the GLD. We follow the daily, weekly, monthly time frames. We use technical analysis here at StockBookie.com. And please follow us on our YouTube channel at StockBookie for our latest videos and our live streaming intraday action. So let's get right to the daily SPY. And what a last couple weeks, guys. Hats off to the central bankers and Janet Yellen and her crew. Straight up, they got everyone to go short into the Trump win, and boom, the squeeze is on. Right to the highs, break through the highs, close it at the highs. Now CNBC, I mean, their heads are popping off. Now, all you see now with the talking heads is, how high can these markets go? You better hurry up. You're going to miss the rally. Ay, ay, ay. This isn't the time to hop on, guys. If you are long, start taking some profits. You can wake up to a disaster. We'll probably go and float through the holiday season, through Christmas, New Year's, but we'll have to see what Janet Yellen does with the FOMC meeting and see if she raises the rates or not. The markets want the free money policy, guys, forever. They don't care. As long as they get free money policy, as long as the Fed's there to do what they got to do to prop this market up, everything's okay. So again, if you are long these markets, start taking some off here, because this move getting a little bit stale, where might just get to the point like back in here where we just sit and do nothing for months, and then we pull back a little bit, find some support, and then we bounce up again, maybe make new highs. Who knows at this point? But crazy action lately, crazy action. Weekly chart. We'll have to see what the Friday close brings, but we are above the old all-time highs. Let's see where we close, and then we'll redetermine the following week to see where this thing could possibly go. Maybe 225, 223 in that area, but we'll have to see. Again, the volume's just disappearing, so be aware of that. The IWM, which was once the lagger, remember, we always talked about this one lagging, is the leader now. You got to think, this one was the lowest one, so they're getting the best bang for the buck to get this thing to the highs. Smart money's distributing up here. Dumb money is chasing and listening to CNBC going, oh my gosh, we got to get in. What are we waiting for? So let's go to the daily chart. You had 4 good days of volume, and then bam, nothing. So now you're floating on nothing. Made an closed at an all-time high today, is 132.80. So let's see if we could get some follow through. I'd like to see more volume, like these candles here, and let's keep going, guys. And I'll be waiting at the top to short some more, something like that. The weekly chart, same thing, 3 bars up, and it's been doing a little bit of follow through. But again, we're in the light volume week here with the holiday. Let's see if we can get a little more volume here on with the Friday close, and then we'll redetermine where this thing could possibly be going. We might have an area up here right around 135.88, but we'll have to take it slow and easy and see what happens with that one. Let's look at the Qs. The Qs now is the only one that hasn't made a new all-time high. It's retracing up. We're in an inside bar pattern on the weekly, and I'll show you that in a minute. But we did fill the gap here today, I believe. And we're trying to go for double top, which is 119.65. I'll like to see how it reacts when it hits 120, if it does, and see if it chops around, or do we actually go up? We pull back a little bit in a bullish manner. These moving averages curl up and send it a little bit higher. If it does go higher, maybe you're going to have to go with 123 to 125, maybe a couple more bucks. But again, until we get above the all-time high and confirm, then we'll take it from there. Weekly chart. Same thing, you had 2 big bars, retraces up. You're at the top of this inside bar here. Let's see if it could pop through, or do we just kind of sputter out, go sideways for a couple weeks, and then the next leg down. So keep an eye on that one. You never know what they're going to bring us. Dow, or DIA, which is the Dow. Again, we had a good couple days up, but this one had bullish consolidation. It's trying to break up. As long as it stays above this line, it could possibly move higher. Let's look for more consolidation for another week or two. Let's see if this one pops. If it doesn't, it should turn around and just start dropping like this. It will probably go fast and furious, kind of like what it did here, but it will be on the down move going down. Moves like this are just unsustainable. I don't mind the bullish consolidation over the moving averages. Still a little bit stretched from the 20 for me. I still think it could pull back a little bit. And for all the longs out there who are long trying to ride these, take some profits. It's going to come back down regardless. Even if it goes up a couple more bucks, let it go up. But when it comes back down, if you want to buy the dip, buy the dip. But right now, man, it's getting a little bit extended. But let's see if we can stay above this this trend line here on a weekly close, which is Friday. And if we can, then I want to see more follow through on a weekly and then a close up here, maybe 192, no, 193. Again, I want to see more volume on the weekly and the daily. Now let's get into the IYT. IYT, that's another one, straight up. Weekly pattern was really good. I did talk about that in my videos. But again, you know, you go up 85 degrees, 80 degrees straight up without a little pullback. You got a 3-day pullback and it's still going more. Wow, it's just nuts. But again, you know, volume's not bad. He had a couple light days. It's getting lighter here. But keep an eye on that. If it really dry out, we'll probably just go sideways as well as the rest of the indexes. So be aware of that if you're in a put. Puts it's dangerous right now to buy puts. They're just murdering them. It's just one after another. And if you so happen to get one that pays you, like I was in the IBB, when that thing was dumping out today, I took it. I think it was like a $600, $700 profit. Out. Not screwing around. That was the right decision because it actually the premium started getting sucked out of it as soon as it bounced and did nothing, and it was just like, you know what, get me out. And I took that one off at I think the 50 MA on the daily or the weekly, something like that. But again, this one straight up, pretty good volume. But this week, you know, with the holiday session coming up, we'll probably have a little lighter. So, but this bullish pattern, you know what, wasn't bad. And we were talking, this thing needs to break out, needs to break out. Finally, it did. But let's see if it just went up, got all the shorts to cover, and does it come straight down. So we'll keep an eye on this one too. We are short the IYT in a swing trade. So let's see here. What's the next one? The USO. This one's been wild, guys. What? One day everyone's bullish. One day they're not doing it. One day OPEC's doing this. One day OPEC's not doing that. One day the Saudis agreed with Putin, who agreed with Iraq, who agreed with China, who agreed with whoever else. They're going to all do an output freeze. And then all of a sudden they don't. Big oil build on Wednesdays, and next thing you know, this thing's tanking. So beware, you know, of the numbers tomorrow. I think they come out, the oil numbers or inventory numbers, whatever. So who knows? If this one continues to go up, I'll be looking at the SCO for a long, and I'll be looking for enter more shares short in the USO as well. Again, went up, we shorted it, covered. Riding a little bit, going up again, started shorting again up here, covered. We had a quarter position now running up in our face. And we'll see. You know, we'll add more if it goes up here. We're still in the quarter position. We're still in the money. So if it goes up a little bit more, it's not going to be that painful. It's only a quarter position, so who cares? But again, if it goes up, I'll start adding more up in here. The weekly chart, we did get above the MAs. So it is, you know, it's sitting in a strong stance, but it's all on new. So can you say it's strong? I don't know. You know, if you want to, if you're bullish, you want to admit that, oh, it's strong. Look, it's above the MAs. But we're still inside this bar, comes back up, 50% retrace, never makes it above and closes. So let's see if we can get back down in here. If you're a bull, you want to continue up and possibly fill this gap at 11 bucks and then start coming into this lower pivot here. Or the, what is it, 1122, then the 1180, then ultimately the 1242 somewhere in here. So if it does make it up into the 1150, 12 area, that's another place to start shorting. But we'll have to see how this thing sets up with pattern and all that good stuff before we make the trade. The UUP. UUP's been on a pretty good run. You know, you look at the daily chart, you had this trend line down in here. Let's go to the daily really quick. We had that trend line, and that's where we stop. We hit it, and what do? They gap it up and keep going. That's the river, guys. It keeps hitting the river, keeps hitting the river. You know what? Just gap it up over the river and keep this thing going. We're done. We are done. But we have been making to our targets, though. That's 26.12. Next target was 26.25. And then ultimately the 26.50, which is not too far away. Let's see if we get there. We have the 750 around 26.40. So beware. We were long this trade. We already covered it. We go short all the time. We were already long. We already sold it. The trade was on Twitter. It was a pretty good one. We were married to it for a little while, but we made money on it, so that's all that really matters. But yeah, if you go back to these charts, you have some pivots around 26.50, the 26.83, 27.21, and ultimately 28.93. I don't know if we'll get there, But that's like, wow, you know, if we start ripping this way, and this is on the UUP, dollar starts going up, oil should come down, and so should gold. So keep an eye on that. Unless Janet opens her mouth during an FOMC meeting, then everything gets disconnected and does whatever it wants. It's fun markets, the land of make believe, guys. Now the gold trade, though, we've been holding strong with this one. We started adding at the 115.35 area, 115.50. You know, so far so good. It's been holding on it's still in a bearish manner. You're still below the MAs. It is an ugly setup, this one. And, you know, I'm thinking still 112.32, and then somewhere in here around 109, 110. You know, the lower the better, of course. You have a gap fill around where is this one? 105.04. And then you have 106, you know, anywhere by this blue line, 107, 109. You know, if you can really be patient, you can wait for this gap fill. But so far, so good with the gold. You know, we thought we missed a trade when it came up in here, and I threw my hands up and said, guys, we're going to miss it. You know, let it go. And boom, look at this. So we're in a small position so far at this level, the 115.50 or so level. And we'll see how it plays out. You go to the weekly. The weekly too, same thing. There's your pivots here. That's where it's holding. But let me tell you, we confirmed below all the MAs. You know, it was funny because when all these things were curling together, it was kind of like, what's going on here? Are they just going to jack it through there and make it fall? And then we're waiting on a bullish or a bearish setup. Maybe what we'll do is start going up into these moving averages, and that will push it down. But again, it's a lot of news-driven stuff out there right now, so be very careful with trades. Make sure you take the right share size. You know, these are the markets, guys, where you're going to do 1,000 shares of something. You got to go 200, 200, 200, nice and slow, or 150, 150, 150. At least get a position in there, because if it does pull back real quick, you know, if you have a couple hundred shares and a stock pulls back $5, it's $1,500, guys. It's a great trade. On to the next one. You do 20 or 30 of those a month, you're making pretty good money. And, you know, add the puts in there. You know, and writing calls, writing puts, you know, the puts and calls, you know, add all that up. By the end of the month, you got 20 good trades, you know, you're making some money. Let's say you have 30 good trades, you have 5 losers, 6 losers, you still have 20, you know, 24 good trades. That made us money. So it's all about money management, being patient, slowly adding. There's going to be times where we just put a position on and it's a half position or full position. We get $3, $4, and we get the hell out. But yeah, I mean that's how you got to treat these markets right now. They're very irrational. You know, gold. Everyone thought gold was going to break out right here, and look at that. Boom, retraces. Boom, right back down. So just be real careful with these markets, guys. The daily. I don't know if I looked at the daily. Yeah, the daily chopping around below the MAs. That's a bearish pattern setting up, hopefully to go lower. You do have a little tail here, but we'll see tomorrow. Light volume. Expect light volume tomorrow, guys. A boring market. Hopefully I'll do a live session for a little bit just to go through stuff, go through some of our positions, talk to my followers and stuff, and give everyone heads up on what I'm thinking. So, all right, guys. Well, hey, thanks for watching my videos. Thanks for coming to the live sessions. And it's been great. I've been having fun. Love the trade. Let's make something happen, guys, hopefully next week. So, all right, guys. Thanks again for watching. God bless. See you on the charts.